Hey, 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 everybody. It's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie. And I want to thank all of you that come on and join me for these live streams. I really enjoy them. And I just wanted to say hey to you too, Rachel. Thanks for coming on. So, for those of you that are coming on the replay, just know that this is being recorded live. So, I will be chit chatting with my fellow junk journalers as well. And if you love junk journal related videos like this one, then please make sure you hit that thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out. Hey, 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 Chris. Thanks for joining me today. So today I am going to be doing some little notes, and this is actually a fairly easy project to do, and you can really bust out quite a few of these in a short time. Of course, I'm going to be doing some sewing, so that kind of adds to the time level just a tad bit. And I'm also going to be using some scraps of fabric. So you can use paper, you can use any kind of scraps for this, and I'm going to be using some of the coffee dye paper that I have over at the shop over at pleasantcreations.com. So this is what it looks like when it's all packed up. So I'm actually going to be using some of this paper, but of course all the paper is very unique and extremely beautiful. So I wanted to use this today for this project because I thought it would be so nice. So I'm just going to move some of this stuff out the way so you can not be so distracted. And I got like fabric material everywhere so you can kind of see what these look like. Oh, I forgot to turn my light on. Hold on. I always forget my lights. I always forget something, the volume, the lights, whatever. Okay, so this one I just did with a decorative zigzag stitch around the edges, and I added one little piece of fabric here. And you can see it really kind of changed the way this notepad looks. So you can put it into your journal this way, or you can put it in this way, vertical or horizontal. Either way, it looks really good. And when you open it up, it has just a wonderful journaling opportunity you could use. And something else that I thought of a little bit earlier is you can use this as a trifold as well. So you could glue this back on to your page, and then you'll be able to open it up this way, and then you can journal here, journal here, journal here, put pictures in, whatever. And you can use cardstock for this as well, but I wanted to use the coffee dye paper because I just love the way the designs on it look. So this is one that I did. Here's another one, and I used some pink thread on this one. It might be a little hard to see. Let me hit that focus for you here. Let me find Mr. Focus button so you can see it better. There we go. So you can see it has like some kind of light pink thread on here. And then here's another one here, and it has some, wait a minute, my telephone's ringing, y'all. Turn that off. It has like some beige kind of neutral thread. That's what I usually use. And then this one has some red thread on it. And when you open it up, of course, you can see the thread on the back side, and it looks pretty from both sides. So I thought this was like a fantastic project to get like a whole bunch of ephemera out. So let us get started. Now, I will say I have some paper that I would give to a customer, and then I have some paper that I probably wouldn't, because these were some of my older pages, and they didn't come out with the deep kind of uniqueness that the papers I do now have. So I just wanted to use some of these up as well. So you'll see these in here. Because, you know, we never throw anything away and we want to use it up. So let's start with some of these papers. And I'll take about 4. And I'll be needing my paper cutter for this. So how is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. it's been a very productive day for me. I did lots of work in my Etsy shop and some other shops that I have as well. And so I was kind of happy about that because sometimes I don't get to work on everything that I would like to. So I'm just making this very easy when it comes to measurements. I just took one sheet of paper and just cut it down the middle. So these are 8.5 by 11 pages, and I just cut them down to 5.5. So they're still 8.5 by 5.5. And let me just do a few more here. So I actually think I'll be able to do 20 of these while we are on together because that's the way we're rolling. So for those of you that don't know, when you see Project 20, that just means that we are trying to do 20 pieces of ephemera per day so that we will have lots of ephemera for our upcoming journals. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so maybe a few more. There's a little gnat in here. He's bugging me. Sometimes when you turn the lights on, it attracts little critters that shouldn't be in your house anyway. Okay, so I think I have 20 pieces of paper now. Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody working on their Project 20? I'm gonna need my bone folder for this, and then these, and then I don't really like measure these out. And you could also kind of like rip the edges. I did use on some of these, I used my my tear guides on this, the We Are Memory Keepers tear guide, and I did put a link to it down below. This is what it looks like, and I just did the edges, but since I'm sewing, I don't think it's going to be that it's going to show that well, so I just used the paper cutter for these, but I had a few that I can sew as well. And then I'm not measuring anything else. I'm just folding this into 3 parts basically, and just kind of eyeballing it and making sure the edges are pretty straight. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder and just make sure the edges are good to go. And then if it does have like some really uniqueness on the outside, I try to make that like my top layer. So let's just go through. And this is like a thicker weight of paper that I'm using here too. So, but it shouldn't affect the sewing at all. And I did have some of these, and they look great in pockets too. So these are some fantastic pocket pieces. If you're looking for something to put into your pockets, let's just give her a fold. And I always say this is not a tutorial, but I always like to tell you what I'm doing, just in case you want to do it too. And I'm always open to suggestions as well. If you see something and you think that maybe, Liz, you can do things a little bit better, I'm always open to that too. So if you come on the replay, I'm open to your comments. As a matter of fact, I welcome comments because comments help the channel out immensely. So don't forget, before you shove off from this video, please give the video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm just going to continue doing these because I think I'll have plenty of time to get through. I think I can get through all 20 of these today. I think. We're going to see. Okay, Chris asks, she says, one day, can you show us the other side of the tear guide, what it looks like when it cuts? I sure can. Hey, Brenda. I sure can show you. Because actually the tear guides, there's 3 tear guides. And I'll show it to you. Oops. There's 3 of them. This is what comes in the pack, y'all. There's 3 tear guides, and this is what they look like. And I usually gravitate to this one right here. And it comes also with a little water bottle, and it has like this tip that gets wet. So you can run your paper, you can run the wet tip along your paper, and it will rip easier. So let me see. Yeah, I always use the same one, so let's see what the other one looks like. Since you asked. Let's see, because I never use these. And hopefully this is kind of a thick piece of paper I'm using too. This one probably would be good with the water on it. But so you can see how that one came out. So that came out good. It's a nice rippity rip kind of look there. And then you already know what this one looks like, because I always use this one. So it looks like this. And so let's try another one real quick. And then I'm going to get back to the original thing for today. So don't worry. So that's this part. So each of these pieces actually has 2 sides to it. So this is this piece. And let's try the smaller one. Let's see how that looks. Uh-oh. I'm not doing a good demonstration here. So you can see what that one looks like. So see, this is the bigger one. And then this is the smaller one. So it's pretty easy. And then we have one more. So let's try this one. This has some jagged edges. So wish me luck on this one. And like I said, I'm using like a heavier weight paper. So actually it's cardstock. So you can see what that one looks like. See, it was pretty easy for me to tear these without putting any water on it. And then we have this side. So let's see what this side looks like. And I do have a link in the description for the tear guides if you all are interested in them. Of course, you don't have to use the link, but it's there for you so you can see. So this is kind of what it looks like. It's kind of a roughness that I did here. So that's what all of the tear guides look like. So let's just dump that. So like I said, it's 3 of them. They have some measurements on them, which I've never used the measurements. And they also have like these little holes at the top. So you can put a ring on those if you wanted to keep them. And then again, it comes with this bottle. And these are like really affordable. I think it's less than $10 for these. And they all come together. So it's a pretty good deal. So since you asked about that, I wanted to go ahead and show you, Chris. Yeah, they're really nice to have because as you can see in the projects that I've been doing, you can really like tear paper really quickly. And if you like that ragged look, it's perfect. All right, Mr. Paper. Like I said, some of this paper was not, it wasn't good enough to send out to people or put up in the Etsy shop. So, but I had it and I want to go ahead and use it. So technically, this paper is scraps for me. So I want to use my scrappity scraps. You are very welcome for the demonstration as well. As you can see, it's not really review, but I really highly recommend them though. I love those tear guides. Those tear guides gave me life. It's a life or death type of thing. A crafting life or death. Y'all know I like making projects really easy if I can. And I try not to think into it too much. So now I am in assembly line mode because that's what makes things go quicker too. If you can get into assembly line mode, that's some awesome sauce right there. Because then you can really knock your projects out pretty quickly. I love this paper too. It has such uniqueness. I might have to learn how to do the eco dyed paper, but I don't know if I had the facilities to do the eco dyed paper. I've seen people doing that. I don't know if I had the facilities or the time, because that takes a little bit of time and a little bit of planning. And since I'm going for the easy way out, or the lazy man's crafting type of thing, it might not be for me. Because everything can't be for you. Everything cannot be for you. I feel like today was a kind of a long day too. That's because I didn't have any place to go, so I was able to just sit at my desk and do some work. And of course, I did some house cleaning today, so that was nice because this place was getting out of control, and still out of control, but it's looking a spot better now. So it was a Lizzie wash some clothes day, which I need to take my clothes out the washing machine. Wash some clothes day and get some other stuff cleaned up. Tidy up a bit. So technically, you can use your notes just as they are. You can round the corners. I'm not going to round the corners. I'm going to use them just like they are. And you don't have to sew on them. You can glue clusters onto them if you have some clusters. I'm not going to do any clusters. I'm just going to work with fabric and the paper itself. Gotta watch the time though, because even though I think I have enough time to do everything, you know, time kind of gets away from us, so gotta keep my eyeballs on the time. And I have to still have some other stuff that I started that I need to get finished, but I'm not saying I'm saving it for Friday, but I might be finishing up some things on Friday. Do some finish up Friday type of week. All right. So we're almost done with these. Then we can get to picking some fabrics, because I did not do that ahead of time. And my plan was just to use some scraps. I'm not really going to think about it too much. So let me just put those to the side. And I have some of the same fabrics that I used on the tabs the other day, and a few kind of like scrappy type of things. So I'm going to use some of these. So I'm just going to do a spot of ripping, and they don't have to be an exact, they don't have to be like an exact measurement on these. I just want to use one of these just so I won't waste too much material. Kind of know what I'm going to do. If I can rip it. Ripping it is best for me. And then we got to get some of these threads off. So let me get my little top here that I use for my threads. It helps out a lot. Otherwise, I'll just have threadage all over the place. All right, so everything needs to be about that long. And I don't mind kind of using these scraps up, because I am pretty much, I pretty much have more that I could use. And even going to keep these little bitty pieces too. Now this one is going to be kind of tough, because it has like a really ragged edge. So let's see. Ta-ta. Okay, that's not bad. I didn't do too bad. I'm proud of myself there. Not too bad at all. Alright. I'll just lay these on top of those. We'll put you over here. Alright, so here's Another piece. The strings are killer. I want to try to get as much stringage off as I can because, you know, I don't want it to get all clogged up in the machine and stuff like that. So I am paying a bit of attention to that. Trying to get this closer so I can rip it. Some of these fabrics are not that easy to rip, probably because I'm ripping them the wrong way, but sometimes they rip and sometimes they don't. We just try it and see what happens. Let's see if we can get it to do what we want to do. Alright, so that will be for that one. Next, I know y'all keep seeing the same fabrics over and over again, right? That's because I have so much of this stuff. My thrift store finds. And I've seen people also use clothing too. So I do actually have some clothing that was kind of raggedy or had stains on it, and it's not good for anybody. And so that's going to be ripped up eventually as well. So you can always do that. That's a good way to find some lace too. Ugh. Don't give me a hard time, my little fabrics. Okay, this one doesn't want to cut. All right, put you over here. I'm trying to do this with the quickness because this probably is what's going to take me the longest to do. Besides the sewing part, because the sewing always takes me a little while because y'all know. Me and my sewing machine, we have a little bit of a love-hate relationship. Sometimes it wants to work. I need to name my sewing machine. That's probably the problem. My sewing machine doesn't have a name. And I'm notorious for naming inanimate objects. So I don't know what I should name it because it's kind of fussy. It's got a fussy sewing machine. All right. Put that piece there. And let's see. I even use some short pieces too, so they don't have to be all the way long. Let's get some pieces out of this bag here. Let's see, I've got some squares here that I can use also. So let's see. I got a bunch of squares, which y'all have seen as well. So let's see. We'll use that square. We'll use this square, a few of the same ones. I like this color too. Square. And I'm only putting the fabric on, but you could easily like use some other things like buttons and, you know, pins and all kinds of stuff, but I'm going to keep it kind of simple. Bessie is a good name. I might consider that. All right, so I have... What is this that's all balled up? Maybe I'll use that. Maybe we'll just use you since you're in here all balled up in my bag. Let's see. I think I got some of this one already. Let's use some of this and some of that. And some of this and some of that. Alright. Don't forget before you guys leave, thumbs up, thumbs up. I know people are going in and out of the of the video, which that usually happens, and that's fine because some people have other things that they have to do and then they come back and watch later. So that's okay. Oh, thank you very much, Lisa. Yeah, share to those people you know would enjoy these types of videos. Don't just share them to anybody. Share them to people that will love them like you do. All right, so I appreciate that. I appreciate you all sharing the love. Didn't think that one was gonna rip. Got a lot of stringage on this one. Get out of here, strings. Okay, I like that color. All right, we got a few more. Just a few more, and then we're going to go to the next step. I love this fabric. It's so soft. I think it's kind of like a fleecy kind of blanket material. I got like a remnant from the thrift store, of course. Let's see if this will rip. Yep, it ripped pretty easily too. Okay, so that's going to go there. So I already know I'm probably going to end up changing my threads a little bit on the machine. So I hope you all can bear with me on that. All right, we got like 4 more left to put some material on, because I know this might be kind of the boring part. But you know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. All right. This is definitely another great way to use up scraps. And like I said, you can use paper for this too, but I chose to use the fabric today. Let's put you on. I've been a fabric kind of girl. I'm like, yay, fabric. I want to use fabric. Okay. And we have these 2 left. So let us pick some unlikely suspects from my bag here. I think I will like this pink because I think I'm going to use some pink thread. And I have another pink in here. How about this one? Okay. Alright, so that's it for the fabric. I'm going to keep my little scraps my teeny tiny scraps over to the side. I'll put those away later. Okay, so did you belong to somebody? I don't think it did, but we'll just keep it out. Okay. So right now I have some black thread on my machine. So I'm going to see how many pieces I can get away with the black thread. It's okay to use black. Alright, so let's bring this down this way so you can see a little better here. And hopefully we won't have that many issues, because y'all know me and aka Betsy for now, we be having our little tiffs. Let's see, I want to use pink on this. I might just go ahead and change the pink because I think most of these are going to be in the pink realm instead of black. I'm trying to see which ones I want to use. All right, here's one we can use the black with. See, decisions. All right, so I'm gonna make this kind of like a little bit of a patchworky type of thing. And I'm gonna use my zigzag stitch. Got some pink threads on there. And the nice thing about using a zigzag stitch is it looks good on the front and it looks good on the back, if you don't have any sewing machine issues. You have some sewing machine issues, the back is gonna look I won't say like crap, but it's not gonna look as nice. So I'm just going to continue this out and go to the edge here. Start doing my edge. Let me get rid of some of this string. That's a long string. And I'm going to use, I'll try a different kind of, oh, I'm surprised that worked while this was down. It's a decorative zigzag stitch. I only have like a few on here, a few stitches, but I guess that kind of works out for me because then I don't have to try to figure out what I'm going to use because I don't have a lot of choices. Oh, you're going to have to shove off soon, Brenda? Well, I'm almost finished with one, so you can see how that looks. If you haven't left already, because I just looked up at the chat. You know, it's a one-man band for those of us to do the live streams. We'll try to keep our eyes on the project and on the chat at the same time, and in the back room to make sure everything is going correctly. I like this stitch. It's much different from what I use all the time, which is just a regular zigzag. It's definitely going to look good in the pocket. Alright. So this is what this one looks like so far. So that's nice. And you could go back, like I said, and you can put something else here if you wanted to. But I think I'm just going to leave mine just with just this little embellishment. And then when you look on the inside, it just looks like this. So you could, again, you could put something there. You can hide the back stitching with some washi tape if you wanted to. But I think it actually looks pretty beautiful. And it makes the paper feel like the whole thing feel like fabric, even though it's not. So I have another black one here. So I'm going to put him on here just as a little square. And you notice I didn't really like do any cutting on there. It's like just really rough edges and stuff. But I like that look. It makes me happy. All right. Here we go. A little bit more. There we go. So now it's just all about just putting the fabric on here and then going around the edges. It looks very nice. Thanks, Lisa. I like these too. Sometimes I just like doing like super easy projects. Makes me happy. Uh-oh. See, we're having issues already. It's stuck. Why is it stuck? I have no idea. It should not be stuck. There we go. It tried it. See? Okay. And then we're going to go around. And I am doing a spot of a back stitch as well, so I don't have to worry about tying edges off and all that good stuff. It'll usually stay with the back stitch. And this time I just used one of my regular zigzag stitches. Kind of because I forgot to change the stitch, but that's okay. See, it's a happy mistake. It's a junk journal mistake, which means there is no mistake. There's no mistakes in junk journaling. Alright, next. I'll tell you, the stitching just makes everything look so different. It was just a plain piece of paper, and now it's plain no more. what that one looks like. So we're just gonna whip up a whole bunch of these. And let's see, I think, see, do I have any more that I would like to try doing the black one? I'll do the black with this green. It's no big deal. And this one, I'm not gonna do this in a patchy manner. Just gonna zigzag across it. So you can switch up your stitches. Just kind of get the look that you would like. I know y'all feel like y'all gonna get stabbed by these big old scissors, huh? My big ginormous scissors that I love so much. I like being able to take them out for a walk around the block. All right, I'm going to, let's try this stitch here. See how this looks. Interesting stitch. I never did this one around the edge, so wish me luck. Don't know how it's gonna come out. Looks good, I like it. Makes all the note pages have like an individual look as well. You could use that for Happy Mail, couldn't you? You can stick these in the envelope, or you can make it the envelope. Put a little tape or something on it. Do a note, put some tape, and put a stamp on it. That would be cool. So that is that one. All right, next. Let's see. Anything else that I want to do the black one? No. All right, so I'm going to change my thread real quick like. Y'all just bear with me. And I'm going to change it to pink. If I can find it. If I can find my pink. Oh, here you are. It tries to get away. Okay. And change our bobbin. I have a bobbin already done. Because, you know, sometimes I don't have bobbins done, or it's not a lot on it. But it's all part of the process. If you want to do some sewing, you gotta have a bobbin done. I actually put some tape on my threads so they won't go crazy. All right. I've been doing pretty good threading things on the first try. Knock on wood. All right. I think we're back in business. Okay, so you get it? So, haha. I'm going to do this one next. Get some of these extra threads off, this threadage. And I'm just gonna go, actually I think on this one I'm gonna go across the top and go across the bottom and then go around the edges. That sounds good to me. Now this is kind of a light pink, so it might be harder for you all to see what it looks like. You can see it, definitely see it on the back. Trying to get some of the strings off. And I'm going to do another line here. And then I'm going to go around the edges. And I think I'm going to use that same stitch. Almost forgot my back stitch. Y'all can say I don't have a lot to talk about today because I didn't do a lot today. I mean, nothing interesting anyway. Besides work on my shop. I always love doing that. Creating things. This is the highlight of my day. It's coming on here. Because for one thing, I'm very productive and focused when I'm on here. Whereas sometimes, like when I'm doing ephemera and I'm all by myself, I might only do a few pieces and then I'm done. But at least I know I can get like a solid hour of getting things done when I'm on with you all. So thank you all for motivating me and helping me to be productive. All right. So that's that one. And I'll show you all of them after we get done. Let me just be mindful of the time here. Make sure we are good on the time. We're still good. All right. And I'm just going to continue on with this pink. This probably would look good if I had some yellow. I don't have any yellow though. So since we don't have any yellow, we won't use any yellow. Okay. I feel like I'm breathing hard. I don't know why. You ever met somebody that was like just breathing really hard? I'm like, why are you breathing so hard? That's how I feel right now. To myself, I'm asking myself, why are you breathing so hard? You're not running, you're not walking. You don't need to breathe hard like that. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go around. Don't have to worry about cutting string. And also, you can make this project even faster because you can just you can sew on your material or you can glue it on and then just be done with that. You don't even have to go around the edges, especially if you use your tear guide and it has like that nice little ragged edge around the edges. You can just, that would be your decorative edge. Or you can use like the edge punches, you know, those edge punches. I don't think it will work on the fabric, but it'll work on the paper. That would be pretty too. You could do like a decorative edge on this side and then sew the rest. That would be a good idea. Might try that. We should try that, y'all. Okay, that's that one. Let's see. Let me see if I can find my punch real quick. Okay, let's try this one with the butterflies. Because I think I just came up with a fantastic idea. Y'all look at that paper. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see how fast we can do this. Sometimes these little edgers trip me up a little bit sometimes. Make sure that's back all the way. And it took me forever to figure out how to use these things. I found the first ones I had, I got them from Goodwill. I found like a bag of these. And man, it took me forever to figure out how to use it. It just take a little bit of time. So y'all just give me a second. Wait a minute. All right. Where are you? I'm trying to line the little butterflies up, but they're not cooperating with me today. I think because I cut that one crooked. I don't know how I did that. Okay. That's not really working out the way I wanted it to. My intention was to do this like pretty quickly, but it's not working out that way. Because I can't get it lined up. I think it's supposed to be about right there. Yeah, that's better. That's the ticket. All right, now I think we're in the money. Okay. Good night, Irene. All right, so ta-da! Now we have a nice little edge, don't we? So I could stop there, couldn't I? But no, we're not going to stop. And we're still going to put our fabric on here. So in this case, you know what? I'm going to go around the edge first. And of course, I'm not going to go across the bottom. And this time, I'm going to do my little regular zigzag stitch. And I'm actually using pink, because I'm adventurous like that. I use a little pinkety pink. I just thought of the edger, which is a fantastic idea because it adds a really nice touch. I think I'm going to use a different material though, because this one is kind of way out there. Oh, let's see. I feel like I did a bunch of pink already, but I don't think I did. Alright, so this time I am going to cut this. Thank you, Miss Brenda. Alright, let's use our pinking shears. These are some good pinking shears too. And they're quite large as well. And I only use them on fabric. So actually, I think, no, I don't have one for paper. Only for fabric. And I'll do the edges too. I think these need some sharpening though. Either that or they just don't like this fabric. Or it's just shredding the heck out of this fabric. Okay, so I'm just going to add a smidge of fabric on here because I'm being a little bit extra, as my buddy Tamika says. It's like a badge of honor now. Okay, I'm gonna use a straight stitch on this. Just make it a little patchy there. All right. Okay, so that one is done. Ooh, I like to go with that decorative edge on there. Uh-oh. I forgot to put you guys back over. So I just put a little patch of the fabric on there. So I think I'm going to do that again with a few of these. Let's see where we are on time. We still got a few minutes, so I'm gonna do like 2 more of these. Try to do the edge. Get these punched right. So that's where the first punch is supposed to be. And then let's see. Then you have to like line these jokers up. Uh-oh, right there. But like I said, they're not that easy to use. You just got to kind of get the hang of it, because they don't really give you good instructions. You just got to kind of know. All right, other side. Where are you? I think this should catch it. Okay, good. All right, and then that comes off. And ta-ta! We're just gonna stick with the butterflies. I have a few more of these, but I like the butterflies the best. And it has all these little butterflies. I could use this as confetti, but those are like too tiny. They would drive me crazy. I'd be finding those little butterflies everywhere. I have a thing on there. How are you guys getting through? Okay, so I am going to use another piece of fabric. We'll use that one because the pink will go good with that. I'm trying to avoid changing my thread too much, so I won't drive you all batty, but I think I'm going to change it one more time if I have time. And I'm going to do outside like I did first again with the pink. And this time I'm going to use a different one. Remember my back stitch. Almost forgot y'all, but I remembered. Well, I thought I was going to get like 20 of them done while we were on, but I don't think so. But I got a lot done though. Oh, see my pink ones? They were on the other side. I was wondering what I did with my pink fabrics. They were just on the other side of the sewing machine. I lost them for a minute. How you lose stuff on your desk? I don't know. I always say you can't really lose things if it's in your house. It's not really lost. It's just misplaced. Okay, so this one, let's see. I'm going to go with, what kind of stitch are we going to go with? I think we're just going to go with a straight stitch. Heard something jump. Yep. My thread broke. Not the bobbin, but the top. Oh, I think I have a broken nail. What's going on here? Ooh, pink, how'd you get all caught up? Might have to cut my nails. They're getting kind of long. Okay. Gotta do a little rethreading here. The trick to getting this in is making sure that end is nice and blunt. All right, we're back in business. Let me dump this since we're at a spot of a stopping point there. Dump out some of these threads, and even though I put the threads in there, they still get all over the place. It's a little bit cray-cray. All right, so now we'll try to continue where we left off. Right on the top, that's what that one looks like with all of its wonderful stringage going on. Oops. So let's see, we'll have time to do one more. Yep, I think we have time to do another. And I'm going to do the butterflies again, because now I'm kind of stuck on the butterflies. I like them. I like them a lot. They just take a little bit of time to do. So I hope y'all don't mind me taking time to do the butterflies. They're so stinking cute. Do this other side. That should do it. There we go. Yay! And we did it. And let's go around the edge. This page was a little bit on the raggedy side too, but it's still working out pretty good. I definitely would recommend making some of these. It's a quick project and it comes out so pretty. And I certainly will be using these as pocket pieces too. It's always like to put like lots of places where you can journal. I know I watch a lot of people that make the journals and they cover up a lot of the pages and stuff, and I'm always thinking, man, where are people gonna actually journal at? Although I think when people like buy these nice decorative custom made journals, a lot of times they don't use them, which I want people to use my journals. They're so much fun to use. If you don't use them, it's no fun. Should get it with the intention of using them. All right. Okay, and we'll put this on, and then we'll just look at what we have done so far because our time has run down. And I'm just going to go down the middle of this one with a regular zigzag. Ooh. It's kind of curling up a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to be a nice effect. And oops, sorry for all the noise. I always have so many different sounds on this desk going. Okay. All right, so let's take a peek at what we have done so far. Let me move some of this stuff out the way. Because, you know, I didn't hardly have anything on my desk, but now, already, we got a few things. We still have quite a few to do. We did a bit, quite a bit. We had only a few snafus, less than yesterday, of course. Okay, here we go. So, all right, I think we're okay on the focus. So we have this one here, and the fabric curled up a little bit on me, but I like that effect because it has like texture. You can see how it kind of curled up, and we got our butterflies on there, and then we went around the whole thing. So that's what it looks like on the back, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So it's still like really pretty on the inside as well. And then we have this one, got a little patchwork thing going there. Open it up, got some strings that need to be cut off, but still very nice. There. And then this one, you can see I didn't really give that much thought to the fabrics that I was using or how long they were. I just ripped them and got her done, because that's what this whole project 20 is about, is getting her done. And this one, I love this fabric. It's so nice and soft. So I just did 2 stitches across here, and that's what it looks like on the back. And that's what the inside looks like. Then we have this one, this nice green gingham, and I used like black thread on it. And I might go back and put a few more lines on here because I think this feels like it's missing something here. You could actually use these kind of like as tuck spots too. So I could just put like a little glue or something on there and just use it like a little tuck spot. And then that's what it looks like on the inside. Looks like leather, doesn't it? I like that leathery look. So these I didn't put the butterflies on, but probably the rest of them I'll put some other decorations on. So this is a smaller one with a little patchwork. Look how that looks on the inside. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Then we had another one in black, and that's what it looks like on the back. I'm trying to let my focus rest a little bit, because it'll go kind of wild. And this one, I think these are like little roses on this piece of paper, and I did red around this one. So this is one that I did so I could have some photos for the thumbnail. You gotta have nice thumbnail things so people know what you're doing. And this one, this is actually some ribbon. So you can use ribbon instead of fabric also. So if you have some ribbon, you can use that. And this was done with a neutral thread, and I still like the way that one came out. We have this one. So it's nice to touch too. I always say junk journals incite your senses, and one of them is definitely touch, because there's a lot of nice textures going on here. And we have this one, so we have a few. Well, I'm going to count and see how many I did. And then this one with butterflies as well. So let's count and see how many we did. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I just had 8 more to make my 20, and I can do that pretty easily tonight as well. So that was a pretty easy project. Something nice. You can go into assembly line mode very easily with this, and that's what it's all about, getting the 20 done. And I was able to really get it done because I didn't have to do anything to this paper. This paper is so fantastic. And this is the paper that I used. And I have this up in the shop. This is my aged paper, the coffee dyed paper. And it has lots of uniqueness to it. And each page is different. And I love using this paper on everything. I try not to because I love using it so much. So you can get that over at pleasantcreations.com. And the link is below in the description. And so if you haven't subscribed already and you love junk journal videos like this, we are doing lots of ephemera right now. You can subscribe and also hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out. And also go over to Pleasant Creations and check out the shop. I have tons of ephemera over there that's already for you to use. Some supplies for your journals as well, so you can go and check that out. So until tomorrow, I am going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie, I want to thank everybody that came on with me and chatted with me. And those of you that didn't say anything but you're on, I really appreciate it. And if you come on the replay, just leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite technique was on this. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and shove off, and you all have a beautiful evening.